want to specially welcome you to today's edition of Peecee Talk It. Yes, on Peecee Talk It, we discuss everything that concerns you, your family. We discuss about relationship. We discuss about marriage. Yes, and on Peecee Talk It, we give you quality content for your daters and try to invest positively to our community. This is what Peecee Talk It is about. I remember sharing with my friends. I told them how that God has called me to do this, and I want to especially appreciate you all that have liked, that have subscribed, that has shared our channels. Share with your friends, share with your family. Let people know what God has called us to do, and let us grow together. So on Peecee Talk It, we try to come here every Sunday to create content of family content, relationship, marriage every Sunday. So give or take, every week we try to put out a video. And then we are also on Facebook. Yes, if you haven't followed us on Facebook, please follow us on Facebook on Peecee Talk It page on Facebook. Once in a while, or every week also, we do a PC Live section on Facebook where people send in their questions, their concerns, and by the power of God's Spirit, we are able to answer them the best way we can. But if I'm not able to answer your question, or if I can't answer your question, trust me, I will take your questions to people that I know and I think can answer your question, and I'll get back to you. So today we're going to be doing question and answer session or segment on Peecee Talk It, and these are compilations of questions that people have sent to us, to answer. I'm always saying us because I'm not in this thing alone. There's somebody behind the camera all the time. He's the big shot. Okay, so without further ado, we'll just go straight into today's topic, which is question and answers. I have tried to compress sometimes people send me a long list of an incident or something that has happened. So but from what I've gotten so far, we've been doing this for over 2 months now. So people have watched some of my videos and they have sent in questions based on some of my videos, and some of the questions are just random regular questions, and some people want me to answer them, and some people want me to make a video about them. And today we're going to discuss some of those things. So number one question, somebody, and now I'm not going to be calling out the names of the people that sent me, of course, for confidentiality. So you know that if you send me questions, or if you send us questions, we're not going to be reading out your name and things like that. No, it's confidential. So feel free to send us your questions. Feel free to send us your concerns. We're not going to be mentioning names. We'll just try and tackle them as much as we can. And yes, so number one question. This person wrote me and said, Peecee, I love your talk show. I'm blessed by the things you're doing. And you are the only Christian that is doing this. And I appreciate your work. God bless you and bless your channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And she said, how do I manage a nagging partner? How do I manage a nagging partner? Okay, so a nagging partner. Before somebody starts nagging, you have to ask yourself, why is this person nagging? Yeah. People don't just start nagging. People don't just wake up one morning and say, oh, today I'm going to nag. And before something becomes nagging, I want to believe that this person, he or she has complained about this issue. Maybe once, maybe twice, before it became a reoccurrence. Nagging is when you repeatedly try to correct somebody or try to talk about something. So when somebody is nagging, what comes to my mind is, why is this person nagging? Have you been told to stop doing something and you haven't stopped doing it, and it's all of a sudden has become nagging. So you have to, like here on PC Talking, I tried as much as possible to tell my viewers to work on yourself before you start working on somebody else. Like there's an adage that say, when you're pointing a finger to somebody, the rest fingers are pointing at you. So instead of saying this person is nagging, ask yourself, what is it that I'm doing that this person is always complaining about? So when you find out what you're doing that this person is complaining about, then you can go ahead and try to change it. And now we know that these things cannot change. Some habits or some habits and attitude might not necessarily change overnight. So when somebody is nagging, first of all, look inwards and ask yourself, why is this person always complaining about these things? Why is this person nagging about this situation? And see how you can change. Because if you change or stop doing what the person is asking you to do, then there will be no nagging. But if you have searched yourself and you have found out that, okay, this thing I'm doing is the right thing and this person is just nagging, which I don't think that happens all the time. Somebody that is in his or her right senses will not just wake up this morning and say, oh, I want to nag on my husband or I want to nag on my wife. Nagging starts or occurs when something else has already happened, and I want to believe they've talked about it and maybe the person is not changing. So before you start saying, tagging somebody, tagging your husband a nagger, or tagging your wife a nagger, or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, whoever the person is, before you start tagging them naggers, you have to ask yourself, what is this that I'm doing that this person doesn't like? And try to see how you can change. Is the change going to take place like immediately? No, sometimes they might not, but you try and work on yourself. When you work on yourself, I want to believe and I know that the other person will change. Now, when you try to change and this person is still nagging, do your own part of the deal. Your own part is changing from what you are doing or what the person doesn't like. Okay? That's question number 1. So question number 2 says, PC, thank you for all you do. Thank you too, for tuning in always and trusting that I can help you. This person says, how can I deal with unsupportive husband? Yeah, how can I deal with unsupportive husband? So this person that's writing is a lady, and he says the husband is not supportive. Brothers and sisters, when you have a partner, now it goes both ways. Like when you have a partner that is not supporting your dream, it is very, it's I don't know how to say it, but it's very sad. Like that your spouse, your partner, your husband, your wife doesn't support your dream. What we all want is somebody to support our dreams and our aspirations. So she is asking how to deal with unsupportive people. Brothers and sisters, the only way to deal with somebody that is not supporting your dream is to keep working. Like whatever you're doing, is to keep doing it. If you know that you're doing something right, like you're pursuing a career or you're trying to do something, first of all, before you start pushing, pray about it. Always pray for your partners. You see, that's why I always emphasize that people should pray for their partners. Like pray for your partner, pray for your spouse, and pray to God to open the eyes of his understanding to know that what you're telling him, now is the lady that is writing this, telling him is the right thing, but it can be for it can be a man too. So pray that God opens the eyes of your wife or the eyes of your husband to see that this thing that you're doing is the right thing. When you pray, and also communicate to the person in a very calm, polite manner, and in a very conducive environment and atmosphere. So don't just come and say, oh, this is what I want to do. How about you giving the person the reason why this is what you want to do and this is why you think this is the best decision, the best thing for you to do. Pray for your spouse, pray for your husband, pray for your partner. If they don't support your dreams, like keep showing them reasons why, okay, you want to be a doctor. The person say, oh, it's too long, you're going to take like 10 years, 7 years to be a doctor. It's going to take a long time. Why don't you bring the advantages, like give them the advantages of you being a doctor, and how that you are going to fulfill your dreams, you're going to like be successful in it, and make them see reasons why they should support you. If they see reasons, then they're going to support you. The reason why some people don't support your dreams and aspiration is because they can't see it. Because of course they can't see it, because you God showed it to you and not to them. Your dreams are shown to you. Your purpose is you. It's your calling and not the other person. So you can't expect that they just leave everything that they are doing and pursue your dream or agree to what you're doing. You have to pray that they should see it. Okay, you have to pray. You don't have to like fight about it. You don't have to quarrel about it. Now in this case, that this person is your husband, you have to pray about it and go to him in a very calm, polite, conducive environment and the right time, and tell him, honey, I'm still reminding you that this is what I want to do, and I believe that I can do this. You know, give him reasons to see why you can do this. All right, number 3, the person said, thank you too. How do you include your husband in your finances? Ladies, my ladies are asking me so many questions today. So how do you include your husband in your finances? Honey, including your husband in your finances, first of all, that alone shows me a picture of what is happening in your house or in your home. So it looks like your husband has his own finances and you have your own finances, and you are trying to consider if to include him in your finances. That already is a wrong move. That is a very wrong move, trying to include. No, you don't include. Whatever you have belongs to both of you. Whatever you have belongs to two of you. Like, there is no you in this marriage. There is no you. In these marriages, in this relationship, there is no you. It is always a we. So if you have money, I know that recently, because of the things that happen on social media, you hear things like women make your own money, or wives make your own money. In as much as that sounds good, the truth is that if you want to succeed in marriage, there's no such thing as your money, your house, your car, your whatever. It is supposed to be we. Have people abused those privileges? Yes, people have abused those privileges, which is the reason why some people want to have a backup plan, mostly for the ladies, mostly for the wives. People, you just wake up one morning and this man is telling you to move out of the house, and now you just realize that you don't have your own bank account, you don't have any money set aside. Everybody else don't want that to happen to them, so they're trying to save for themselves. They're trying to put some money out for them, out there for themselves, and all of those things. That somebody had it the rough way doesn't mean that everybody else is going to have it the rough way. God made marriage for two people. God didn't create this marriage institution for you to be by yourself, do your own things, and your husband or your wife is there doing their own thing. We are supposed to be together. This is your missing rib. This is you. So you guys have become one flesh. So you cannot be one flesh and this person is having her money and this person is having his money. You guys are supposed to have, this thing is supposed to be a joint team. Yes. Now my suggestion is, even though you're in as much as you're married, you should have your joint account should be your primary account. So have a joint account, and yes, husband, go ahead and have your separate account. Wife, go ahead and also have a separate account, but you guys should have a joint account. Okay, but know that your money is your husband's money. If you earn more money, it's a plus. Okay, you guys should come to a level where you guys manage your resources together. Let there be no surprises. Okay, I know it's challenging. I know that we see so many things on social media in the world today that makes us to think otherwise. But honey, I can't come here to tell you to do it the way of the social media. I can only tell you to do it the ways of the Lord, which is what I'm going to be telling you today. So it doesn't matter what you read on social media, what you have seen on social media. This is the right way. This is the thing to do. Okay, so you don't include your husband in your finances. Your husband and you are supposed to be on the same boat. You guys are supposed to be doing the same thing. Okay, question number 4. Oh, this is very interesting. Say, Peecee, thank you for all that you do. I pray that God gives you more wisdom to tackle marriage and family issues. because it's a very tough job. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. And this person said, how can I communicate to my partner that he or she is not that I'm not satisfied during sexual intercourse without an issue or affecting the ego? Basically, what this brother or sister is saying is that I don't enjoy sex with him or her without it causing an issue or affecting the other person's ego. It might be a woman, it might be a man, but this is a concern. How do I communicate this? Okay, you just have to communicate it the best way you can. Now, I know that men have egos. Let's say this person that wrote me is a lady, and you're trying to find out how to communicate this to your husband and say, oh, this my husband is not satisfying me in bed, but I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to communicate it to him because I don't want to hurt his ego. Now the woman is not able to satisfy the man, and the man doesn't want to hurt the relationship or her ego. Now, that is a very sensitive thing. I have talked about sex in my previous video. If you haven't watched that video, go ahead and look for it. 7 mistakes people make before marriage. And what I talked about in that video is one of the things is sex. People should discuss sex before marriage. So now that you are already married and you think that your husband or your wife doesn't satisfy you, and you're trying to find a way to communicate this thing, the best way to communicate it is, teach them during the process. Yes, husbands, teach your wife during the process. Wives, teach your husband during the process. Don't wait for them to figure out to do it their own way, and at the end of the day you come out, you're not okay, and you're here lamenting, suffering, and saying, oh, this person doesn't satisfy me. During the process, when the thing is going on, say to your husband or to your wife, honey, this is what I want. Could you go ahead? Could you do this? Could you do this? This is how I like it. When you discuss it during the process, the person is likely, the person is likely to listen and follow your instruction 75% of the time when you talk during the process. Now, the reason why this is happening might just be that you haven't communicated. Now, your challenge is that you don't know how to communicate because you don't want to. No, honey, you are not going to hurt his or her ego. Go ahead and tell your spouse, go ahead and tell your partner, you know what, honey, this is how I like it. This is how I want it. Could you do this? When you have told them and they don't do it like that, or they say, oh, some people say, oh, I don't do certain things. That is different. Then come back to me and ask me that question, then I will answer you. Okay, but right now you just have to say it. Just do it during the process. When it's hot, when it's going on, go ahead and say, oh honey, this is what I like. Can you do this? Can you do that? I'm sure this person is going to do it. But if this person declines, if the person says, no, I cannot do this thing, like maybe there's a particular thing you want them to do, and this person is saying, I cannot do this thing, then that is when you just let it slide. Like, you guys finish what you're doing and look for maybe another time, very conducive environment. You go to them and say, honey, do you know that I like this thing? Have you observed that I like this thing? This is how I get satisfied, And when you say it politely, calmly, and with the right atmosphere and the right tone, and you communicate it the right way, I'm sure this person is going to listen to you, because nobody wants that part of their life not to be satisfied. So people want to be satisfied. That is one of the reasons people go into marriage. So you cannot be in your marriage and be suffering for this reason without you talking, without you communicating. Always communicate to your spouse. Always communicate with your partner what is going on with you. Number 5 point question. Peecee, thank you for all that you do. Thank you too. I appreciate you guys coming and trusting that I can help you. This question says, how do I trust my partner and forgive after infidelity? Ooh, so the partner has cheated, and now this brother or this sister cannot trust the partner anymore. So she or he is asking me, how do I trust and forgive after cheating and infidelity? So my sister and my brother, forgiveness, they say, is what? Divine. If you want your marriage to work, if you want your relationship to work, one thing that you have to have up your sleeve, like at the back of your head, at the back of your hand, however you want to say it, is the gift of forgiveness. Because you just have to learn to forgive your partner. You just have to learn to forgive your spouse, because these people are not perfect. These people are not going to be 100%. They're not going to like be so perfect all the time. So people make mistakes. I want to assume that this partner had done something wrong, and now is asking you to forgive him or her, and now you have forgiven, but you don't want to forget about it, and you're trying to build back trust. It's okay. Trust comes with time. Just I can't tell you anything other than praying. Pray for your marriage, pray for your relationship, and the trust will come, okay? The trust is going to come. It hurts when you're cheated upon. It hurts when something like that has happened in your relationship. Some people break up, some people get a divorce because of cheating, infidelity, and all of that. But from the look of things, you're here and you're trying to see how you can forgive and trust your partner one more time. It's only God that gives the grace to forgive. And because you are willing to forgive your partner, trust me and believe me, God is going to help you. All you have to do is to let go. Just let yourself loose to God. Like, let God see your heart, because he already sees that you want to forgive and you want to make your relationship or your marriage work. God is the only one that can help you. There is no book out there. There is no motivational speaking that I do, or that there's nothing that I can tell you to do so that you can forgive this person. It's only God that can give you the grace and ability to forgive, and he's willing to do that for you. So my sister or my brother, whoever this is, I want you to know that prayer can help you to the point where you just have to forgive, because God is the only one that has the ability to give the ability for you to forgive your partner. And I pray for you today that God actually hears you and helps you with the issue of forgiveness, so you can trust your spouse again. Number 6, this person say, thank you, Peecee. Okay, thank you. How can I function when the brother that broke my heart is in the same church with me, brother? The brother that broke your heart is in the same church with you, and you're asking Peecee, how can I function, sister? You gotta function. You gotta function. The brother is in the same church with you, fine. You are not going to church to see the brother. You're not going to church because the brother is there. You're not going to church to worship the brother. Probably you were in that church before this brother came. Are you gonna leave the church because this brother cheated on you? Is that the reason why you're going to church in the first place? I know this hurts. I know that it is a serious issue. Like, you go to church, instead of when they say lift your hands in worship, it now becomes worse when, if it's a brother that is leading the worship or leading the praise or preaching or something in the church, and you're like, anytime you see this person, you're angry, you're upset, the unforgiveness comes in and all of that, right? But my sister, this is a personal race. Christianity and Christ-like life is a personal race. Jesus is coming very soon, and it's your responsibility to forgive this person. You just have to go ahead and forgive them, and stay in your church and prosper in your church. Don't leave church because a brother broke up with you or broke your heart, like you said. Please, that's all I can say. You're not going there for the brother. You're not going there because of anybody. You're going to church to be blessed. So go there and be blessed, and don't act like the brother doesn't exist. So that's that on that. Number 8, how do I relate with an ex that is not harmful to me? How do I relate? So this person is saying You have an ex. How do I relate with my ex? Okay, that is not harmful. So this is letting us know that I want to let you know today that not all exes are from hell. You have heard, possibly heard about things happening on social media, how that husband that you have spent 10 years with, 5 years with, or how many years with, all of a sudden you guys are having a very rough time, and everybody is coming to social media to wash their dirty linen, and you're gonna be wondering, these people, are they the same people that love themselves at a certain time? And people, you hear things like there's a thin line between love and hate, things like that. But the truth is that there are still good exes out there. They are still good. Not all exes come and drag their ex. Not everybody comes. Not all exes wish you bad. Not all exes are from the pit of hell or from hell itself. Okay, some exes are still good people. But now you're married, even though this person is saying the ex is good, the ex is not harmful. Maybe if you're a lady writing me, put yourself in your husband's shoe. If you're still in constant communication with your ex, how are you gonna feel? Yeah, that's just the question. If you find out that your husband is always in contact with his ex, how are you gonna feel? So for the sake of the marriage, even though your ex is a saint, which is sometimes people just don't work, people don't work, that doesn't mean that this person is bad. Some people like just grow apart, like something just happened. Maybe it's your high school sweetheart, and it just happened that you people went your separate ways without any bashing, without any quarreling, without any issues, and now you guys still communicate with each other, but like on a platonic level. And now this might also come to hurt your marriage, because your partner right now, your husband or your wife, might not understand it like that, might not see it from your view. He might know that nothing is happening, but men, women, everybody have insecurity issues in their lives. So just think about how your partner is going to, how this is going to affect your marriage if they do it to you. If you find out that your husband had an ex that he's always in constant communication with, how are you going to feel? If you find out that your wife has a constant ex that she is in communication with, how are you going to feel? Put yourself in this shoe. For the sake of your marriage, let an ex be an ex. If you see them on the way, they are not supposed to be your enemy or something. You can still say hi to them, but do not open a line of communication. Do not entertain your ex, always having conversation with them and things like that. It might be hard because some people are actually really nice. They still pray for you, they still wish you well, but your family and your relationship and your marriage should mean a lot to you. And if you want to succeed in your relationship or your marriage, then you have to make sure you what's the word that I'm looking for, like you draw boundaries and say, you know what, the ex is my ex, he or she should be there while I function and make sure that my marriage works. So these are the questions that we're going to be taking today. Keep bringing in your questions. Keep bringing your questions, your concern. Peecee is here. We're going to help you answer them. Until I see you next time, please go ahead, subscribe, like, share, and what else? Comment. Let's know how we're doing. And here we talk about marriage, we talk about relationship, we talk about family, everybody and anybody in the family. Peecee talks about them. Next week, we're going to be talking about the reasons some people are still single. Yeah. If you want to know how you can get married, tune in next week. Until I see you, God bless you.